Hi there, Vermont Castings fans. This is Dale Bowman from Saskatchewan, Canada. I have a Defiant Flexburn stove burning quite nicely in the background. I installed it March 2012. It's a very well built stove. It gives good heat and it's very beautiful. But as mother used to say, looks aren't everything, and that can be said about these stoves. I will tell you why. This is my third Vermont casting stove. I have a Resolute in my cabin that's still going today from 1985. Excellent stove. The problem with this stove is that it's overfiring the secondary. The primary the main firebox can be virtually cold, and I can shut the draft right off, but it will still overfire the secondary. To help monitor that situation, I purchased a Condor digital monitor. As you can see right there, it's 850. It should be anywhere from about 700 to 1,000. Even up to 1,400 degrees is quite acceptable. Beyond that, if it gets 1,1600 degrees, you're wrecking your stove. I also have a stovetop monitor there. It's about 500 right now. It's quite good as well. But we will go inside a Flexburn and I'll show you exactly what's going on. This is inside a Flexburn stove, the main firebox or the primary burn chamber. And we'll go into the secondary burn chamber where the combustor sits and the smoke is burnt. I'll just pull the access cover off here quickly and set it down. Now you can see right now all the scaling that's going on in the stove. That's all heat damage. So obviously the combustor will get cremated as well with that kind of heat. The refractory can't even take it. And here we go. Here's the combustor sitting in the chamber. See the scaling all through that area? And there you go. So I'm going to just pull back here. I'll show you. If this stove was overfired in the primary firebox, which it was not, it would show signs of heat damage, either scaling or twisted metal. It is not. It's the secondary that's overfiring. I'll just pull back here. I'll show you in the stove here. There. Any sign of that? Here, let's just pull back some more. You're probably saying to yourself, well, Dale, that's not even the same stove. You're very observant, Sherlock. You're right. I have another stove I purchased in 2012, installed in 2015, an Encore, sitting right here in my mom's granny house. And guess what, folks? It's doing the same thing. You see, I don't know anyone else to compare these Flexburn stoves with. But while looking online, I noticed there's a combustor manufacturer in the US that has a 5-year warranty on all their combustors, with the exception of one combustor. That being the Flexburn stove, which has that much, 0. When I asked them why, they said they heard from installers and retailers that there was a high combustor failure rate on these stoves. They all but admit the problem on page 24 of the latest manual. In it reads, if the probe indicator is above the operate catalyst range, the catalytic combustor is running too hot and may be damaged. In many cases, decreasing the primary air can reduce the catalyst temperature, and adding less wood with each load can also help if overheating is persistent. Overheating would be considered 1,400 degrees or more. So what they're saying is you can decrease the primary air, you can add less wood next load if it continues. They said to me, try using damper wood. What if those 3 don't work? And this has happened hundreds of times with this stove alone. It hasn't worked, those 3. The only other option you have is to physically come over, get up, open the damper handle, let the heat go up the chimney. When it cools down, close the damper, reset the draft, and go on with your day. That can take 10 minutes, it could take a half an hour. Like I said, hundreds of times with this stove. Hundreds of times. One such time was February 21st, 2018. It was a very cold night. I got up at 2 a.m. I put 3 blocks of wood in the stove. The stove top was 550 to 600. Probe indicator 1050. Went back to bed. At 3:15 a.m. I woke up to a hot smell in the house. I thought there was a chimney fire. I came downstairs, stove top 550 to 600, no chimney fire. Probe indicator 1700 degrees. Yes, this has been persistent. I have talked to Vermont Casting several times about this problem. At first they said the problem was solely with the Defiant. They asked me to check the door seals, which I did. They were fine. They said the flue may be overdrafting, so I put it in flue damper. It made the stove back puff. When the Encore did the same thing as this Defiant, They asked me to send them pictures, and Warranty in December of 2016 sent me replacement secondaries and combustors for both stoves. In January 2017, I replaced the secondary in this stove as well as the combustor. It made no difference. The stove still overfired the secondary. I said, I'm tired of this. I said, I'd like these stoves replaced. I do not want Flexburns. Please send me either Harbins or Quadrifires in replacement. So Warranty did something for me. They denied me all warranty. I'll tell you why. After I spent countless hours preparing documents for Vermont Castings, Warranty finally made the decision in August 2017. They read to me from my manual, page 39, dated 7/10, revision 3. What it reads is, exclusions and limitations. This product must be installed or serviced by a qualified installer. Stop. They said because I installed these stoves myself, I disqualified myself of all warranty. No replacement stoves, no warranty period. I was upset about that. I said, well, I probably wouldn't have bought your stoves, but what could I do about it? So I left it at that. A few days later, I got looking at my manual. I'll read to you what they had read to me. The whole statement. This product must be installed or serviced by a qualified installer, preferably NFI or Wet Canada certified, as prescribed by the local jurisdiction. Let's go through this. This product must be installed or serviced by a qualified installer. Who is a qualified installer? Is it me? I've built numerous homes, installed 7 or 8 wood stoves. It doesn't say. Okay, comma. Preferably NFI or Wet Canada certified, National Fireplace Institute, or Wood Energy Technical Training in Canada. Preferably, not required. Comma, as prescribed by the local jurisdiction. The local jurisdiction is Saskatchewan in Canada. Saskatchewan does not have a requirement for licensing for wood stove installs. You can do it yourself. After getting nowhere with Hearth and Home Technologies warranty, in October 2017 I decided to replace the Encore in my mother's granny house after 2 heating seasons with a Canadian-made air tube stove. So far so good. I do miss the top load of the Vermont Castings, as well as the ease of ash cleanout of the Vermont Castings. But having said that, I do not miss babysitting the stove. This stove is controllable. I do not have to worry if the next block of wood is going to overfire the secondary. And besides, the replacement stove is 20% better on wood than the Encore, minimum. Probably more like 25 or better. The Encore is rated as more efficient, but uses more wood. Figure that one out. And this Defiant is on borrowed time as well. The replacement is on the front deck. And what do I do with these 2 stoves? I cannot sell it to some unsuspecting person. My conscience will not allow that. So Vermont Castings fans, am I still a fan? Let me think. Nope. Actually, I'm probably more disappointed with the stove company, Hearth and Home Technologies, than the stoves themselves. You may wish not to believe any of this today, but consider, I was a complete Vermont Castings fan. So much so I bought not 1 but 2 stoves. Both stoves let me down, both had the same problem. So much so that I've had to replace both stoves. The replacement stove in my mother's granny house, I have no problem with that one. I'm quite satisfied with that. And lastly, why would a combustor manufacturer not warranty their combustors on these particular stoves? If you still don't believe me, go buy one. Have at her. They are very beautiful stoves, but you maybe wish you would have heeded Mother's advice that looks isn't everything. After all, Mama knows best. Thanks for watching. See ya.